Hey there, I'm Kristine Mirelle. If I was broke and lost everything, this is how I would rebuild my business. Let's go. All right, first, so there's gonna be 5 things that we're gonna cover, okay? And I'm gonna cover these pretty thoroughly, so pay attention. Step 1, the first thing we gotta do is we gotta create cash flow, okay? I know so many people that are like, I've been posting online. I don't know why I haven't gotten any customers. Like, well, you can't be waiting for people to come to you. We gotta create cash flow, unless you like a trust fund baby or something, and if that's the case, congratulations. For the rest of us that have bills to pay, we gotta eat, we gotta pay our electricity bill, we got utilities to pay, you gotta pay for diapers, whatever it is that you're doing, all right? So cash flow. How do we create cash flow? Again, so many people think, well, maybe if I start posting online, all these people are going to buy from me. Unless you have a big audience, it can be difficult. Not to say that it can be done, but it can't be done. But here's what I would recommend. Okay, first ask yourself, what are the skills that I could have that I could offer to other people right now? Because right now you have time, right? You don't have an audience. You don't have a social media following. If I'm starting all over, I don't have money for advertising. I don't have anything. All I have is my time and whatever skill sets I have. So what are those skills? Can you build a funnel? Can you build a website? Can you edit videos? Can you do social media management? Are you a copywriter? Like, what can you do? And more importantly, like a big question that you can ask yourself is not only what skills can you offer, but what problems do you solve that rich people have? What are problems that rich people have? Because the more problems that you can solve for rich people, the more money that you're going to make. Because guess what? They have money. I hear all people all the time that are like, oh my gosh, my audience doesn't have money. Well, change your offer. Make sure that your audience has money. So for you, it's like finding a balance, right? Finding a balance between doing something that you're good at, something that you like, and finding an audience that actually has money. If you're a funnel builder, you could be building funnels for high profile clients, people that have big audiences, people that already have big businesses. So what I would do is I would create cash flow, solve rich people's problems, and I'll give you a couple stories, okay? So here's 2 scenarios, okay? When I first started, if you guys know anything about my story, I had absolutely nothing. Single mom, I was actually living in a garage, okay? So I want you guys to know that. I was started from absolutely nothing. When I first decided that I wanted to earn money online, my background was I did know how to book shows, okay? As a independent artist. So I knew how to book shows in like jazz clubs and restaurants and make like $300 a night. Like that was something that I knew how to do and I had done for a long time. I was pregnant, so I couldn't do it anymore. So at this point I was like, I gotta go like make money somehow else, right? But all I knew was music. So what I did was I decided I was gonna help others and teach other people how to do that. So this is what I did. I went on Instagram and I went on to hashtags and I found other people that were singing cover songs, like songs that other people know, like, Free Falling, and I'm free falling. Because if you go to like a restaurant or you go to a bar, they're going to hire you if you play songs that people already recognize, right? Because let's say you're starting from scratch. Again, you don't have an audience, you don't have anything like that. So what I did was I reached out to people on Instagram that were singing cover songs. And I said, hey, how would you like it? Because I already saw that they had an interest in singing cover songs. How would you like it if I helped you to actually book shows in real life and get paid like $300 a night, $200 a night? And they were like, yeah, let's talk about it. I got on the phone with them. I do about 4 or 5 calls a day. And I would offer to help them to do it, to walk them through the process. I talked to them about my experience. And then I said, I charge $600. In about 5 calls each day, I'd close at about 20%. That's not terrible, but it's not great either. What that means is I'd close about 1 a day. And I wasn't even good at what I was doing. So I was making about $600 a day, right? Just reaching out to people on Instagram, finding my audience, where's my audience at, and reaching out to them and offering my services. So again, that's not bad. $600 at 5 times a week, that's, 600 times 5, what's 600 times 5, right? That's $3,000. So you can easily make a living doing something like that. So one, I solved the problems of somebody. Now that audience doesn't even have a lot of money. Here's another scenario in which I did that, right? Again, we're talking about creating cash flow. We're talking about offering our services to someone. Now, what I didn't do at that time was I didn't offer a service to someone that had a lot of money. Musicians don't usually have a lot of money, but I was still able to make really good money and I still have that business. But what I did later on, once I acquired this other skill, right, I got into creating ads. So I have a company called Laugh My Ads Off. We create funny ads for big businesses. We've worked with 7, 8, 9, and 10 figure businesses now. But whenever I was starting out, I didn't already have that experience, right? So when I wanted to work with someone, what I did was I made a list of the people that I wanted to work with. So for you, you're deciding I need to make cash flow. I need to work with people that make a lot of money, right? Because they need to have a budget to pay me because I'm trying to make as much money as possible. What I did at that point was I reached out to other people and I would create an ad for them. I'll give you an example. Russell Brunson is someone who is a mentor of mine and someone that I've made a lot of money because of his teachings. And I reached out to him at one point and I said, I made an ad and I actually did it for free. I didn't charge him anything at all. I sent him the ad and I said, here, run it. And I gave it to him as a gift, right? He ran it. When they gave me the stats back, the stats showed that our ad that we had created, it was just me and my brother creating it, had doubled their revenue, and it had 6x to their engagement and all kinds of stuff. Imagine making twice as many sales from someone, and they just gave you the gift. So I gave them the gift and I said, here you go. And then afterwards, I reached out and I said, how did it perform? And they're like, oh my gosh, it doubled our revenue. It did this, it did that. It had all this cool stats, right? I said, oh, how would you like to hire me to create more for you? Now, at that point, I'd already proven myself. So I had already made a list of the people that I would like to work with. And at first, Russell was on the top of my list. And I created an ad for him. I did it for free. And I sent him the work. So what I'm saying is, for you, whatever your skills are, ask yourself, hey, is there someone out there that I know that has money and that has influence? Okay, this is like the double ninja hack. Who has influence that I could reach out to and do something for them? And let's say you're a funnel builder. Maybe you make a sample of what your funnel could look like. If you're a website builder, make an example of what a website could look like. Whatever it is that you do, a photographer, a videographer, whatever it is, do a sample, but make it to them, for them, something that they could actually use. And yes, it's going to take you time. But if you get one great person, that person could end up being a $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 or a recurring client. Let's say you have something that costs $3,000 a month. Maybe now that's a $36,000 client because now you have them on a retainer for once a year. Okay, so that's how we create cash flow. Ready? Cash flow. We pitch our services, and if you want to do super ninja status, pitch your services to someone that has money and influence. Okay, so that's step one. Step two. Okay, so this is the great thing is if you can secure a gig with somebody that has both money and influence, now guess what you're going to get to do? What you're going to do is you're going to borrow the trust that they've built. Let's say you're working for a big influencer in your niche. Maybe you're in the construction business and you're helping a construction company, and that construction company has a great reputation in the city. And let's say you're doing sales for them, or you're doing some sort of contracts for them, whatever it is that you're doing. Okay. For you, you want more work now. You want more cash flow, right? You want more clients. So you get to borrow their trust, because let's say Bob's construction company has all of this trust in the community because they've been around for 30 years. Well, that's 30 years, right, of experience, of people that have worked with them, of 5-star reviews that they've had, whatever that looks like. For you, now because you've been creating media for them or ads for them, or because you've been working out contracts for them, whatever your skill is, whatever you're offering, you can now go to other people and say, guess what? I created such and such for Bob's construction company. What's going to happen is, because people know Bob's construction company, that trust that they have towards Bob's construction company is now going to transfer to you. So for example, when I created the ad with Russell, Russell has a lot of trust with his audience. He's built that over decades. And now I got to borrow that trust. People said, oh, if Russell trusts this person, if he's had results with this person, then maybe I would have that same experience with them. I got to borrow his trust and continue to build, my agency. We've worked with a lot of really big companies all over the place, in solar lead panel generation, in regular lead generation, in life coaching, and all of these things. And even our media team, has done stuff with Eileen Wilder. A lot of you may know her as well. She's a friend of ours. But we've done media for her, like live event media. Well, when they see our team there, guess what they think? They think, hey, if she trusts them, I'm going to trust them. And that saves them a lot of time and a lot of, even money going through people and finding somebody that's good, right? And a lot of them will pay top dollar to have really great team and not have to worry about something going wrong, right? So you're borrowing their trust. So that's a huge one. And what I would recommend is, if you're reaching out to people, you make that list of the people that you want to work with. Again, they have influence and they have money, right? Let them know that, you'll even, let's say like you did what we did, like a live event coverage. Maybe you're going to do it for free one time. You're going to do it, but it's an irresistible offer. Someone's going to say yes. And then guess what? Whoever you're doing a live event for, make sure that they continue to do live events. Like, do your research first, because if someone does 5 events a year and you do one for free, you now maybe have secured a contract for 4 more events, right? That's what's so huge about this. We're interrupting this tutorial because I have some important advice. Don't be a hooker. What does that mean? Okay. This is what it means, okay? If you are doing something that you hate right now, you probably feel like a hooker, especially if you're doing that for a living, okay? So I'm gonna explain something. When I was a piano player, I used to sing and play in these restaurants, and I loved it at first, but after a while, after doing it for like more than a decade, I was exhausted. And I remember one time I was sitting at a piano in Newport Beach, and there were a few girls there, and the girl followed me into the bathroom. And she said, "What are you doing? Why are you working so hard?" And she was a madame. She's like, "You see those girls? Like, we're all escorts." She's like, "We make this much money a night, and I drive this special car and blah, 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 blah. And she was actually really scary and she was really drunk and I thought she was going to kick my ass. It was a really weird situation. But anyhow, I left and I was like, I think I'm good. But whenever I went back to my piano and they're sitting at my piano, I was thinking, you know what? I'm no different. We're the same. We're all doing something that we hate for a living. But the only difference is they're making more money than I am. And so for me, I was like, I've got to change this. Like, I do not want to do this anymore. So the reason why I tell you this story is because after that, I went on this journey to become someone that could make money online, someone that could make money from my laptop, someone that could take vacations where I can travel around the world and get paid to go on vacation and earn money while I'm sitting by the beach and sip on a margarita and watch my bank account actually make more money while I'm just chilling because I learned how to do it. And so what I want to do is I want to invite you to check out the description below, like and subscribe to this video. I have a bunch of different opportunities for you to learn from me below, where you could learn exactly how I've built my online businesses, where I have freedom to travel and do whatever I want while still earning, even though I'm a very busy single mom and I built my business while I was pregnant and living in a garage. So this is coming from absolute scratch. I can show you exactly how I did it. So make sure to scroll down to the description. Check it out. I have a book, I have courses, I have all kinds of cool stuff. So check it out and make sure to like and subscribe. 3, we want to build publicly. Can you guys read that? Build publicly. You're going to document all of the things that you're doing to build that business. Let's say you're working with an influencer. We'll call them Married Jemima. There's a random name, okay? Mary Jemima. You're working with Mary Jemima. You're documenting the climb, okay? So what you're gonna do here is you're gonna document every single step, okay? So all of your wins, all of your processes, all of your work with this big brand, okay? So this is what you're gonna do. Let's say you're working with Mary Jemima, and let's say you built a funnel for them. And Mary Jemima's funnel did $200,000 last year, or let's say it did $1 million last year, or it did $5 million, whatever it did. Okay, now you're going to create content where you're documenting what you're doing and you're going to be sharing it on your social media channels. So you're going to start telling people, hey, guess what? I did this thing for Mary Jemima. We built this funnel and it made $200,000 last year. So what's great about that is now it's like these stacks, stack on stack on stack, right? Now you're documenting the climb. People are following you. People are watching you. The customers that want what you're selling are watching you. And you're documenting this climb. You're documenting all the processes and you can position it. What's great about this is it's not really a sales video because you're not just saying, hey guys, this is what I do. Call me if you need it. You're teaching. You're saying, look, this is what we did for Mary Jemima. We included these 5 elements on the funnel. We had testimonials. We had a refund policy. We had our guarantee. We had the results that other people had gotten. We had this amazing headline. Whatever it is that you did, okay, you're going to document that. What it does is I call these value videos, creating a value video and you're posting on your Instagram, your Facebook, your TikTok, and you're sharing what you did for Aunt Jemima. But you know what you're also doing? You're doing 2 other things. One, you're positioning yourself as an authority and you're building trust, right? People are building trust because they're going, oh, wow, they know what they're doing. But you're also borrowing the trust of Mary Jemima because Mary Jemima's already been doing this for a while. And so people are going in their mind, naturally, you're not having to say, if Mary Jemima trusts us, you should trust us. It's already going through their mind. They're already trusting you because Mary Jemima trusted you. But it's like you're doing a sales pitch without doing a sales pitch because they're watching it and they go, and when they're ready, they're going, that person that Mary Jemima trusts, we're going to trust who Mary Jemima trusts. So those 3 things, right? We're building our cash flow, we're borrowing trust, and we're building publicly. Okay, we got 2 more steps. Okay, so step 4. Now, this is getting so great. This is so exciting. Just giving y'all the good stuff. Should be charging you a fortune. All right, here we go. We want to own the attention. Okay, we want to own the attention. What does that mean? So we're going to turn our attention into assets. Okay, how do we turn our attention into assets? So many of you guys have probably heard of this and you may not have quite understood the value of it. We're going to own the emails. We want to gather the emails. Okay, we want to build our email list. I use like ActiveCampaign. There's MailChimp. There's a lot of different like CRMs where you can collect their emails or you can manage the emails. I use ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is how I capture people's emails. So this is what you do. You know those videos where you're saying, hey, here's how we built a funnel for Mary Jemima. On that, you're going to say, and by the way, so you're going to build something to give them or sell them. It could be like a low ticket thing where you go, hey, I want you to get my checklist. I'm going to give you this checklist for free. All you got to do is go to howdididdoitformaryjemima.com or whatever and put in your email, give me your best email, and I'm going to send you a checklist so that you can build your own funnel too. Or if you're trying to get more clients like Mary Jemima, you tell them, hey, go to this website and I will send you a checklist so you know how to build your website as well, how to build your funnel as well, so that you can get results just like Mary Jemima did, right? Maybe Mary Jemima teaches fitness, okay? We're teaching you how to lose 10 pounds without having to eat kale every day, right? So something like that. So if that's what you're doing, then hey, get our checklist on how we built this funnel for a fitness person. And if you follow the same thing, guess what? This funnel made $1 million last year. You can make $1 million in your fitness as well. Basically, what you're going to want to do is with ClickFunnels, what's awesome about that is they can then go to the website, put in their email, and now they're going to get the free thing that you're sharing, or maybe you're charging $7 or whatever you're doing, and you've got their email. You now own an asset. Okay, this is an asset to your company. If you have 100,000 people on your email list, guess what? You are not a slave to hoping that the algorithm shows your stuff. Okay, the worst thing that you could possibly do is do all the work and posting on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and not capture emails. Like immediately, this is what you should do. Step one. This is the other thing, guys. Instagram or Facebook disappears. Like I remember back in the day, I built up my MySpace account. Yes, I had a MySpace. That was a long time ago. And when it disappeared, I lost everything. I didn't have an email list. I lost absolutely my entire audience. I had no idea how to reach back out to them to sell them things, right? So it sucks. So you want to turn it into an asset. And you can do that with, you can give a free checklist. You can give, I have like something called, if you go to freeadscourse.com, you can see how mine works. So go to freeadscourse.com. What I do is I give away you guessed it, free ads course. And when you sign up, you get the free ads course and I get your email. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to start giving you more opportunities. I'm going to invite you to more free stuff, free trainings, other things that I'm doing, or paid trainings, or in online events. I'm going to offer more things to you because I'm going to be able to because I now have your contact and you've already expressed interest that you want to learn whatever it is that I'm sharing. I'm going to continue to try to bring value to your life and sell you some really awesome stuff that's going to help you reach your goals. Okay, so cash flow, borrow trust, build publicly, own attention. Okay, last. Now that you own the attention, you're building your email list, you got cash flow coming in, you're building trust, we are going to monetize the proof. This is what's so great about this, okay? Now we're going to monetize your proof. So what that means is you've been building your audience. You've been basically getting paid to build your audience because you're working for these other influencers, these other people that are hiring you, and you've been getting paid to do it. Awesome, right? And you've been documenting the journey. You've been posting these videos. People are building trust with you and all that sort of thing. Now, there's going to be some people that hire you, okay, like an agency. They're going to be like, oh, well, if you're doing that stuff for Mary Jemima, I want to hire you. Great. But there's also the people that can't afford you. You could just be you're leaving money on the table. So what do you do for those people? Because maybe your services are $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month, maybe it's $25,000, $50,000, whatever it is. Maybe you sell homes for $1 million. Maybe you're a real estate agent, whatever it is that you do. What you can do at that point is now you create other services or products to sell them. So I'll give you an example. You could create a course, right? So again, let's say you're a website builder. Maybe you charge $3,000 to do it, but they could buy your course and you could show them how to do it for maybe $497 because they can't afford you to do it for $3,000, right? You're going to show them how you built a funnel for someone. You're going to give them a diet plan, like whatever it is that you are doing, you're going to offer them a course on how to invest in their first property without their own down payment. Maybe that's what you do. So maybe you're a real estate investment firm and you help take people's money and turn it into more money, right? But if someone doesn't have a down payment, they can't afford to pay you, right? But they're watching your videos. They have an interest in what you're sharing. So that's not the customer that's going to hire you to do the thing, to go buy the house. But that customer might have $1,000 to learn how you do it. So now what you want to do is you want to create an asset that you can sell. So you can create a course and you can say in the YouTube video or in the caption, hey, check out my course. It's $497, it's $997. I'll show you how you can start investing in real estate, even if you don't have your own money, even if you have bad credit, even if you don't have a down payment, whatever it is that your offer is, okay? So all we're going to do is we're going to monetize the proof. So that just means the proof that we've been showing on social media, all the stuff that we've been doing for all these other influencers that have been paying us, which is great and great, right? We now are offering some sort of other asset that we can sell to the people that can't afford us to actually execute the thing that we're selling. Guys, how amazing is this? Cash flow, borrow trust, build publicly, own attention, monetize proof. If I was starting all over, these are the 5 steps that I would take to rebuild my business, even if I was broke. If you'd like to learn how I've built multiple 7-figure businesses online while having fun and not working my butt into the ground, guys, I'm a busy single mom and I have multi-million-dollar businesses. I would love to show you how to do it. Check the description below. I have courses, I have trainings, I have a book, I have all kinds of really cool stuff. So just check that description so you can see how I can help you to get to your goals. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm always sharing free game for you to show you how to build your businesses online and have fun and get rich.